There are about 2.5 million people living with MS or multiple sclerosis in the world today. When people think of MS, they typically think of problems with movement, such as poor balance or trouble walking or using one's hands. Now, these outwardly visible symptoms are the ones that usually get the most attention. But other symptoms like pain, fatigue, and negative mood, now we don't see those when we look at somebody with MS. But it doesn't mean that they're any less common. In fact, we know that pain, fatigue, and depressed mood are very common in MS, and they can be seriously impactful on a person's life and quality of life. Taken alone, any one of these symptoms would be a lot for someone to deal with, but we know that people with MS are typically dealing with many symptoms at one time. There is good news for people with MS. In the past few decades, there have been new drugs that can slow the progression of MS and help manage MS symptoms. Still, management of MS symptoms is complex and challenging. And this is because it's very unlikely that any single strategy is going to completely relieve MS symptoms. So what is a person with MS to do about their pain, fatigue, and negative mood? Symptom management is most likely to be successful when a person works with their healthcare team and does what they can to relieve their symptoms and live their fullest life. When a person does what they can do to manage their own symptoms, we call this self-management. So self-management effectively shifts the power for managing health to the person with the symptoms. So it shifts the power from the healthcare system to the person themselves. One of the problems with programs that help people learn to manage their symptoms themselves is that these are typically developed to be delivered face-to-face, so in person, and are usually delivered by a psychologist or another mental health professional. As you can imagine, this seriously limits access to this type of care for the vast majority of people with MS. I'm part of a team of psychologists from the University of Michigan and the University of Washington who have partnered together to develop new strategies for symptom self-management in MS. So the goal of this program is to provide pretty much anybody with access to the internet with the knowledge, skills, and guidance that one might have if they were dealing with a mental health professional who is knowledgeable about adjusting or adapting to the challenges of living with MS. This program will help people to become more active participants in the management of their own symptoms. So the goal of the program is to teach people skills that can be practiced in their daily life. And for each skill, the program will provide very clear instructions on how to practice. This self-guided program exists to help people become more effective at managing their own symptoms themselves.